All right, hi everybody, John Meadows here, and today we're going to go over my 7 favorite exercises to build your chest. Now, these are truly my favorite 7. I'm not just making exercises up to look different or unique. These are my absolute favorite 7 exercises. I actually thought about it last night, made sure I had the right ones. So, real simple video today. What do I like to do for chest? Well, let me show you. So the first exercise I want to show you today is just a very simple slight decline dumbbell press. I basically just put a 25 under one end of the bench to create a little decline. That's all you really need to kind of take the stress out of the shoulder and put a little bit more stress in your pec. I feel really good doing these with a good full range of motion. I typically bring them up to about 3/4 lockout, somewhere around there. I don't lock them out all the way. I like to keep tension on these. But this is a real good basic exercise for chest that I think it's just overlooked. And I think when you put that little decline in there, I think you're really gonna like this exercise. All right, next up is the low incline barbell press. And man, do I love these. Actually, this probably would have been my favorite exercise. So again, it's a slight incline. You can see how we have the bench set up. Now, when you do this, you may not have a bench that you can adjust and put into a squat rack like we have. You may have to just use a regular incline bench. That's okay too. Regular incline benches are phenomenal. Those have been one of my favorite exercises for many years. But given the choice, I do prefer a little bit lower angle on these. All right, we're back in the poor lighting area of the gym, so bear with me here. The third thing is a machine fly. Now, I'm not a big fan of dumbbell flies. I just don't like the tension. Once you get to a certain point, I don't feel like it's real good on my shoulders to go into a deep stretch with the heavy dumbbell. But this machines typically are a little better. This one is the best. So this one has variable resistance, so I can make it hard at the top when I'm squeezing, and I can make it a little lighter at the bottom so I can stretch safely. But a machine fly is really good at isolating your pecs. Fantastic exercise. Absolutely one of my favorite 7. Okay, next up on my list, and I believe it's number 4, would be it's a Garanda style dip. So I flare my elbows out. I try to keep my feet forward. It puts a lot of pressure on your lower and outer pecs. I know a lot of people ask me, well, what about having a little closer hand position and kind of leaning forward? That's fine, but I just think it's more shoulder and tricep. So I like to, kind of sit back and flare my elbows out and put a little bit more on my pecs. So Garanda style dips, Vince Garanda, that's where that name came from, one of the classics. But this was definitely one of my top 7. Okay, next up, number 5. I promise I'm not doing these to look different. I really love these. I used to put these in all my early programs. It's a pec minor dip. Pec minor is a muscle that sits under your pec major, and it develops like any other muscle, and it makes your chest kind of lift. Like if you can picture the old Arnold Schwarzenegger big barrel chest when he does the side chest pose, it gives you that nice lift in your chest. If you do these, you'll know exactly what I mean. If you get it right, you'll just see the difference in your chest. So it's like a reverse shrug. If you can't do these are difficult, then find a tricep machine and just reverse shrug with a tricep like dip machine. But these are hard, so you want to keep your arms pretty straight. You want to sink down into a stretch and then flex your chest to pick yourself up. All right, number 6 would be a cambered bar push-up. Now, the reason why I like these is because of the extreme range of motion you get, and you can do it safely. If you tried to bench with something like this, it'd be, I'm not sure you'd want to bench with a cambered bar. It'd be pretty risky, but doing a push-up on this gives you a real good range of motion. And if you do these continuously, you'll get more and more flexible in your shoulders and your pecs, which I think is a good thing. So this is what it looks like. Now what you can do is if you want to make it harder, you put the pins down low. If you want to make it easier, then you very simply just raise the pins. So we'll put it up here under 11. Now this raises the bar and it actually makes it easier. So if you can't start doing these at the bottom, you could move it up like this and do them from here. Now another way we do this is we call it ladder push-ups. It's a drop set essentially. We start at the bottom. It's like a mechanical drop set. You go to failure, you move it up. You go to failure, you move it up again. So that's another way you can utilize this bar. But absolutely fantastic exercise here. It's a great finisher. Once you have a really good pump in your chest, it's a great finisher. Last up, number 7, but certainly not least, is a floor press. So we're just laying on the floor and we're doing a floor press. Now, I've talked about some of the things I like to do that have an extended range of motion. This one's a partial range of motion, but there's something about this where you can actually lock out and really get a great pec contraction. So, very underrated exercise, one of the most underrated exercises I would say for chest. So floor press and lock it out and squeeze your chest. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed those 7 exercises. They're really in no particular order, but I think all 7 of those are really good exercises. So give those a shot. If I miss one, let me know what I missed. You might have some other exercises that you like as well. So we appreciate the support on the channel, and we'll see you next time.